Hello Warriors, Joe here, and we're back today with some more of the Shivah. Let's begin. So now let's go to the Garment District, where the Sharma name is. Nishanti Sharma. I'm a kid. I know I shouldn't be geeking out so much, but I am. I don't know why. Frickin' A. I wasn't that desperate for a larger congregation. Check out the design board. I couldn't think of a reason to take it with me. The design board was the only spark of creativity left in this deserted showroom. I didn't know much about fashion design, but it looked like a skirt or maybe a large shirt. Dressmaker's dummy. The clothing rack was empty. I suppose Mrs. Lauder took everything away. I had no need for a clothing hanger. Designs for some sort of skimpy sundress with some orders attached. They weren't relevant to my problem. It was a poster of some blank-faced woman in a hat. I made a snap decision not to start collecting old-fashioned posters. Paints, markers, and random junk adorned the shelf. I don't need any of that. Let's check out the photo. It was a photo of Mrs. Lauder with a post-it note reading, "Don't forget anniversary flowers." I decided to leave it where it was. Alright, so probably the date of their anniversary is going to be, shoot. Okay. Don't need any of that. Okay. Charming was the name of Jack and Rajshree's Lauder's fashion design business. Okay, so now we need to figure out when they were Nishanti. Nope. Okay. Lauder? Sharma. Aha! Ledger. There were a lot of personal checks written out to a Joe DeMarco. I wonder who he is. Goldberg and Weiselbaum. It looked like Jack hired an accounting firm. I recognized the name. It was a clothing store. Evidently, they bought products from Jack and paid for it properly. All cut and dry. There was nothing unusual here. Modus Broadway. I recognized the name. It was a clothing store. Evidently, okay. Joe DeMarco. Joe DeMarco. Grayson Store. Okay. Lose shipping. Went out to a shipping company. Nothing unusual about that. Moda of Broadway. Goldberg and Weiselbaum. Huh. Beth Tikva. Beth Tikva sounded like the name of a synagogue. It seemed like Jack decided to stay devout after all. Alright. Ethan G. That must be an oversight. I'll look into it. Hello, partner. I got these shirt designs done. I'll send copies out to the factory and get fit samples made. And guess what? I got them. Spent an hour on the phone with Telecharge, but I got the tickets. Orchestra seats, too. I'll meet you at the office at 6. No excuses this time. Love, Raj. Oh. For your network and... Screw you, Tomo! Oh. I feel so sorry for Raj. This is so strange. The rates do seem unusually high. I'll look into it. How are you? Your goods are packed and ready to ship. Wire us the funds and we'll get it to the next boat, Kenny. Your instinct was right. Something isn't right with this deal. All the wire transfers lead to different places and nobody answers the phone at any of them. My accountant's sense is tingling. Don't panic, Jack. I'll get to the bottom of this. See you at Temple tonight. The fit model canceled again? Can she be any more useless? Okay, we'll just have to find someone else. Don't forget, we're having dinner at the Goldwaters tonight. Love, Raj. Call me now. We need to talk. Okay, I got you into this mess. I will get you out of it. I have a meeting with JDM tonight. Do not write him any more checks until you hear from me. If he wants to play hardball, he picked the wrong guys to mess with. JDM, Joe DeMarco. A rotten deal? It was worth looking into. How are you? We are still awaiting payment transfers from you. Your goods are taking up space in our warehouse. Please submit the monies ASAP or we will be forced to liquidate them. The following message was undeliverable. The reported error was... Subscriber R Stone... Oh... Hello, Rabbi Stone. It's been a while. I hope I got the correct email address. No doubt you were surprised to hear from me. I'm not sure why I'm writing either. I often think about what you said. It still angers me, but I can understand your motives. You looked at us and said, nothing is worse than when Jews turn their backs on one another. I can still remember that look in your eyes. Sheer contempt, like we were the worst sort of scum that ever crawled out of the ocean. I love my wife, Rabbi Stone. She is my partner in everything. I regret nothing. Nothing, that is, except you. I hated you. For years, I hated you. We both did. I joined another temple with a rabbi who was willing to marry us and tried to forget about you. But when I found myself in trouble and in need of guidance, I could think of nowhere else to turn. You called me a traitor once. Do you still feel that way? I've seen traitors. I've seen Jews turn their backs on other Jews. It's not pretty. It's awful. I'm not like them. Time has cooled my hatred. It has done the same. Has it done the same to you? I need to speak to you. I feel like I'm 12 years old again, preparing for my bar mitzvah and needing help with my Torah portion. I know I didn't marry a Jewish girl or go to temple every week or keep kosher or do any of the many things we're supposed to do. But I always have known that I was Jewish. Is that enough? I'm not a traitor, Rabbi. I have never forgotten I'm Jewish. Jack Lauder. Oh... Combine clues by dragging one on top of the other. Joe DeMarco and Ethan G. Oh. Okay. Joe DeMarco. JDM. That had to be it. Why smart or clever? Combine two clues. Clug. Achievement unlocked. Joe's meeting with Ethan G. The JDM in Ethan's letter had to be Joe DeMarco. Ethan G and Joe DeMarco were connected. With someone named Ethan. Letter had to be Joe DeMarco. Okay. So I guess we should go back and talk to Raj about what we've figured out. Man, they never thought to check the computer? Damn.
Mrs. Lauder.
Oh, it's you. Come on in.
Do you know anything about Ethan G meeting up with Joe DeMarco?
Ethan G? The name sounds very familiar, but I can't place it. I'm sorry.
Do you know if your husband did any business with a man named Ethan?
Ethan. The name sounds familiar, but I can't place it. I'm sorry. To be honest, I didn't really keep up with the business side of things. Is he involved?
Hard to say. Have you ever heard of the name Joe DeMarco?
Joe? Joe. Yes, I've heard of Joe. He was one of our first investors.
He invested in Charming?
Yes.
Why did you need an investor?
Well, we didn't have much money to start the business with. All the banks saw us as a poor risk, so we needed independent investors.
Have you ever met Joe?
Jack handled the money stuff, although I know Jack didn't like him.
Why not?
He didn't say, he just didn't like him. But we were desperate, so we had no choice.
How did they meet each other?
I think they were introduced. At the temple of all places.
At temple? So Joe DeMarco is Jewish?
Maybe. Why?
DeMarco is not a very Jewish name.
And that's important to you, is it?
Not to me, no. But it's certainly significant. You really think Joe DeMarco is Jewish?
I told you, I have no idea.
Alright.
I'm going to leave now. I'll see what else I can discover.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, so we can check the, we can go back to our place and check, if Joe DeMarco's in the, system. But first... Told me that Jack met Joe DeMarco at Temple. Did Ethan meet him there also? Okay, so let's check out that, and then, it's Ben Tikva, was it? Beth Tikva? Something like that. Shit. I should have kept that in mind. Okay. Joe DeMarco. Oh, jeez. Tikva. Beth Tikva Synagogue. Okay, cool. Oh, Amos Selig. Amos Zelig moved to New York in 1963 with his wife Carol and his dog Dodger. Since then, he has been with one of the most prolific rabbis in the city. His wife and dog are gone now, but Beth Tikva remains one of the strongest centers in the Jewish community. All right, so probably should mention the wife or the dog, because that might be a bit of a sore subject, you know. Alright, I was kind of worried that I wouldn't get anywhere. I think I played a demo of this a long while back and I could not figure out the password for the computer. Probably because I was a stupid kid back then, but now I got this. I got this, man. The Cantor's lectern was an elegant affair made from lacquered oak. It looks brand new.
I've seen better.
It wouldn't match my home furniture. I couldn't steal a Torah from another man's synagogue. Besides, it was too heavy. Services must have just ended as they haven't gotten around to putting the Torah away yet.
I can't believe they're just leaving it here for anyone to come in and take it. They must have dozens of them in a back room somewhere.
Let's look at the photos. Several photos showed a group of children sitting around a table. Two men flanked the children, smiling at the camera like they just won the lottery. The caption read, Jay Silver and E. Goldberg on duty at the Beth Tikva Youth Center. Aha! So Ethan G. is Ethan Goldberg. A tasteful podium of lacquered oak. It looked brand new and smelled of recent polish.
Meh. I've seen better.
A large, tasteful stained glass window surveyed the synagogue from its high vantage point.
I suppose it's okay.
You jelly. It's firmly attached to the window frame. The desire to scratch it with my keys was strong, but it passed. We are such dicks! Damn! Okay, Ethan Goldberg.
Yes?
You're the chief rabbi here at Beth Tikva?
I do carry that honor. So, what can I do for you, Mr.
Rabbi, actually. Rabbi Stone.
Well, fancy that. I can always spare time for a fellow rabbi. What brings you to our humble synagogue?
Do you know Mr. Jack Lauder?
Should I know Mr. Jack Lauder?
Don't you think you should know Jack Lauder?
Why do you think so?
Wasn't he a member of your congregation?
Was he?
Don't you know your own congregation?
Am I expected to know everybody?
Well,
Amos broke out into an angelic
Are you
smile.
finished?
I guess.
Wonderful.
Okay.
He was a member of your congregation. He died a few days ago.
That's right. The funeral service was yesterday. I honestly don't know where my head is these days.
You conducted the ceremony?
Yes, his wife insisted on it.
Did she now?
If I may ask, what is your interest in Mr. Lauder?
Aren't all matters of our flock our concern?
Well, not every matter, but still, we do what we can, don't we?
Is there anything you can tell me about Mr. Lauder?
I'm afraid not, Rabbi Stone. My congregation is rather large, and Mr. Lauder seldom attended services. I'm sure I don't need to tell you what that's like.
You certainly don't.
I'm going to guess that DeMarco's last name is actually Silver. J. Silver and E. Goldberg. So Ethan Goldberg and Joe Silver. And also it's weird to keep saying Joe because that's my name! I promise, I haven't killed anyone. Okay.
Does the name Joe DeMarco mean anything to you?
DeMarco?
Yes.
Sounds Italian. Other than that, it means nothing. Sorry.
Are you familiar with an Ethan G?
Ethan G? Is that his name?
Just an initial as far as I know.
Ah, well, nothing leaps to mind, I'm afraid.
Do you know anything about Ethan G meeting up with Joe DeMarco?
In all honesty, I have no idea who Joe DeMarco is. So I'm afraid the answer is no.
Did a Joe DeMarco ever belong to this temple?
DeMarco. That's hardly a Jewish name.
I know.
Although it's difficult to say. As I told you, it's difficult to keep track of individual congregation members.
He was an investor in Jack Lauder's company. Does that mean anything to you?
I don't know. Should it?
No, I suppose not.
Stop dicking me around, Rabbi.
Good night to you, Rabbi Zelig.
Good night to you, Rabbi Stone.
Okay, Ethan Goldberg and Joe Silver. Those are the names we gotta look up. Joe Silver and Ethan Goldberg. That guy was just dicking us around. The window afforded me the thrilling view of the deli across the street. It wasn't the kind that opened. Alright. Okay, so... Joe Silver. Okay, Ethan Goldberg. I think it was E-R-G? I could be wrong. Accountant dead in Murray Hill shootout. With a warm rush of triumph, I knew I found my man. Ethan Goldberg of Beth Tikva was found dead last night at Murray Hill's alleyway outside Patio Hare's pub, the victim of apparent mugging. We at Ravnet express our sympathy to Ethan's friends and family. Patio Hare, okay? Aha, here we are. Wow, I didn't think they still had dives like this in Manhattan. Do not use the bathroom, Jamie. Okay. Ethan Goldberg. Well, now we can confront, now we can ask the rabbi and the wife about Goldberg, since now we have the name. Oh, Rabbi Zelig, I have some questions for you!
Yes?
I was hoping you could tell me something about Ethan Goldberg. I know he used to work here.
Ethan? Oh, what a tragedy. That man did wonders for this community. It's a shame what happened to him.
You know about his death?
Of course. I conducted the funeral service myself.
Oh.
I recently found out that Ethan Goldberg and Jack Lauder did business together.
Really? I'm not surprised. Ethan offered his services to many people. He was a whiz with an adding machine. So I heard.
Do you know anything about Ethan?
In all honesty, so...
Okay.
Doesn't any of this strike you as odd?
Should it?
Two Jewish men, both in business together and both belonging to the same synagogue, are killed within 2 weeks of each other. A third man, who may or may not be Jewish, is nowhere to be found. There are only two connections between these three men. One is Jack's business, the other is this synagogue.
Rabbi Stone, I hope you're not suggesting anything...
I'm not.
Let me finish. People all over the world use religious communities to network and conduct business. This is nothing new. You know this, Rabbi Stone. If there is a connection, it has to do with their business dealings and nothing to do with Beth Tikva. I won't stand for our reputation being tarnished. Do I make myself clear?
As crystal.
I'm glad we understand each other. Now, if you'll excuse me, it is rather late.
I understand. I'll see myself out.
Wait, let me give you my card.
Get on someone's nerves, thrown out by Rabbi Zelig. Alright, cool. We get his card.
Feel free to email me if you have any more questions.
Of course, Rabbi. Have a good night. He's shady as shit. Let's go to the Lauder residence and ask her about Ethan Goldberg. She might be able to give us a personal address.
Mrs. Lauder.
Oh, it's you. Come on in.
Do you know an Ethan Goldberg?
Oh, Ethan Goldberg. Yeah, I know him.
Who is he?
An accountant. We used him to handle taxes and complicated documents for the business. Not full-time, just on a consultant basis. Wait, is he involved in this?
Not anymore. He's dead.
What? Since when?
About a week or two ago. Murdered.
My God. What is happening?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Alright.
Do you know anything about...
I'm afraid if they met, I'm sure Ethan was... Although
Okay. Oh, whoops.
Do you
There
know
was
any-
more.
I'm afraid if they met, I'm sure it had something to do with the business. Ethan was our accountant and Joe was our primary investor. Although I have no idea what they'd want to talk about.
I'm going to leave. I'll see what...
Thanks.
Alright. Well, we got a little bit of extra dialogue, so I guess that's good. So let's head to Patty O'Hare's and start combining some clues. So the infamous Ethan G was Ethan Goldberg, and he was connected to DeMarco somehow. Unfortunately, Ethan was dead and couldn't give me any answers firsthand. Okay. Graffiti? It wasn't the kind of graffiti with artistic, shit, I didn't read that. Merit, sorry. It was just some sleazy graffiti in a grimy alley. This wasn't coming off the wall without a tin of paint, stripper, and an unenthusiastic youth group. Yeah. God, I love the music in these things. It's Rosa! Holy shit! Oh my god! My nostalgia, man! The woman seemed to be having an animated conversation with someone who wasn't there. Welcome to New York. She is talking to someone, Rabbi. Don't get me wrong. It's Joey.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Hello?
She ignored me. She seemed to be staring into space at something that wasn't there. In another place, another time, I might have stopped to help her. But people like her are a dime a dozen in this city. Trust me, she saves the world, man. Well, she saves New York, at least. A poster advertising the latest rock craze adorned the wall. It was fine where it was. The man stood at the bar, his dull eyes staring at everything and nothing. A large selection of wines and spirits laid on the shelves. I didn't come here to drink. Some old faded photographs were tacked to the wall. I couldn't reach them. I didn't want to in any case. A jukebox sported a large sign that read, "Out of order." I'm gonna try it anyway. The jukebox was broken. Damn. I wanted to put on some sweet tunes, yo.
Evening.
Yeah?
Makes
Nice night.
Whatever.
Nice night.
Whatever.
Okay.
So what's your name?
Look, could you leave me alone?
It looked like this was the type of place where people didn't want to be bothered.
Do you know Joe DeMarco?
Sure I do. That's my name.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. What of it?
You're a hard guy to track down.
Well, yippee. You found me. What do you want?
What's your beef with Ethan Goldberg?
Never heard of him.
Your name appears in connection with his.
Lots of Ethan Goldbergs. Lots of Joe DeMarcos. Both are common names. You got nothing, so leave me alone.
Ethan was killed just outside of this bar.
Coincidence. You still got nothing.
Do you know Rabbi Zelig?
What's a rabbi?
Bullshit. Was he being serious? His true intentions were hidden behind those dull, glassy eyes. A ruse or plain ignorance. It was
His
impossible
full
to
name
tell.
is Amos Zelig.
Nope. Sorry.
What's your connection with Jack Lauder?
Don't know him.
Sure you do. He wrote you a number of checks.
Whoever he wrote them to, it wasn't me.
Your name is on the checks.
Then it's some other Joe DeMarco. get out of here.
Are you Jewish, Mr. DeMarco?
Huh? No. What the hell is Jewish?
Are you being serious? His ignorance was either fake or genuine. Either way, I had my
Never
answer.
mind. So long.
Yeah.
The bartender surveyed his domain with the expression of one hoping something better will come along.
Excuse me.
The bartender glared at me with some vague disinterest.
I'm looking for information on Ethan Goldberg. He was killed outside of this bar.
The bartender
Do
shrugged.
you know anything about it?
He gave me a glare that told me everything I needed to know about asking more questions. Oh, that's why Rose is here. She's probably taking care of Ethan's ghost. Awesome!
Do you know a Mr. Jack Lauder?
The bartender rolled his eyes and began eyeing the other customers. It seemed he wasn't a very talkative fellow.
I'm looking for information on Joe DeMarco.
He narrowed his eyes and glared daggers at me. I wasn't going to get any information out of him. But was there a flicker of recognition in his eyes?
Stop there.
Rosa, what are you doing? Mr. Lauder told me that Jack met Joe DeMarco at Temple. Did Ethan meet him there also? Okay. Both Joe DeMarco and Ethan Goldberg were connected to the charming business in some way, but were they connected to each other?
Can't I just have a drink in peace?
Discovers Joe DeMarco evidently had a meeting with someone named Ethan. Rosa, stop talking to yourself. You're looking crazy. Do you really want to go to the mental hospital before you really have to? Just saying. Bad stuff happens. Sad stuff happens. Stuff that just kills your soul a little bit inside. Oh. Well, we can take a crack at his password. Okay, Rabiz. Alright, so that's the login for him. Okay, clue. Pet. Oh, Dodger. Haha. Okay. Wonderful. Hello, Rabbi Zelig. So you finally joined the 21st century, eh? It's about time. Mazel tov, etc. Just wanted to congratulate you on another hair-raising sermon today. Everyone was glued to their seats. See you next Friday. Jeff Kotok. Jay Newman. My name is Jared from Jewish Weekly. I have heard of your recent philanthropic activities and was wondering if you could consent to an interview. Feel free to contact me anytime. For your network protection needs, contact Tomo. Rabbi Zelig just got back home. Thanks for giving me a tour of your temple. It's interesting to see how things are done in the big city. Your sermon was, as always, awe-inspiring. You're right, times have changed since Bible times, but people sure haven't. Thanks again, Amos. Be sure to look me up next time you're in our neck of the woods. David Small. Joe. Rabbi, I'm a bit concerned about this investor you set Jack up with. Can you tell me what you know about him? Oh, son of a bitch. Yo, Rabbi, thanks for the kiss ticks. Happy we could be of service, Tim. I appreciate that you took the time to help us out. We were cash poor and in serious need of help, but I can't help but be concerned. Are you sure this investor is on the up and up? He has money, certainly, but the man gives me serious creeps. We need the money, and so I will accept his money for now, but I was hoping you could tell me more about him. Thanks, Jack. Undisclosed email. No subject. If that Goldberg character has been making waves, you know what to do. Oh, shit. Roy. Got your message. Ethan's been giving me trouble, so that's not a problem. I'll get in touch when I chat with him. Joe. Son of a bitch. I just wanted to write and tell you how excellent your service was. My friend dragged me on Friday, even though I don't usually do the temple thing. So I've already signed up. You've got a new member. I'll be going to your temple from now on. I'm already looking forward to next Friday. See you then, Jennifer Sandman. Sandman. Sandman? I don't know. Thank you, Rabbi Zelik, for the lovely service you performed for my husband, Ethan. Your kind words and wonderful anecdotes put everyone at ease, especially me. As you know, Ethan worked very hard for the Jewish community, and to a lesser extent, Beth Tikva, and I'm sure he is very happy to know his work was appreciated. Thank you again, Rabbi Zelik. I will see you again in early Friday night. Allison Goldberg. Rabbi, the police are asking about Ethan. I told them who he was meeting, but they say it's not important. Jay Lauder. Not important? How could this not be important? Rabbi, why aren't you doing something? I'm sure he has something to do with this. What have you gotten us mixed up in? Son of a bitch. Rabbi Zelik, thank you for answering my questions. The article will appear next week. Rosangela. Rosa! Yes! Calm down. Ethan is dead. I fear for my life. Your so-called investor is demanding more interest and is threatening me and my wife. You tell me to calm down? How could you do this? How could you get us involved with a creep like that? Don't tell me you're not involved. When I think of you looking all holy and pious during Ethan's funeral service, I want to throw up. I can't even tell my wife. I'm so ashamed of myself to think that I was blinded by greed that I couldn't see beneath the surface. I was better off with Stone. He was pig-headed and arrogant, but at least you knew where you stood. Watch your back, Rabbi. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Don't think this is over. You call yourself a Jew? Jack. You're certainly keeping me busy. I got your message. I'll let you know when it's done, Joe. I'm not Jewish myself, but Jack was very devout, and I felt I owed it to him to bring a proper Jewish funeral. Thank you so much for your help and for answering all my questions. I'm sure Jack would have appreciated the effort and care you put into the service. I'm going to try and prepare a proper Shiva. You are welcome to come by to pay your respects. Thanks again, Raj. Okay. Rosangela Blackwell. Come on. Come on. Yes! Ghost getting you down? The dear departed refusing to depart? We can help. 555-0120. Serious customers only. No crank callers. Oh, shit. Alright, guys. I think this is a good place to end it for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and also make sure to check out our Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. And yeah, I hope you all have an amazing evening. And as always, remember to game on. I'll see you all